Hello, I'm Nari McDiarmid from Mining Journal, and today I'm speaking with Frazer Tabert, the Managing Director of US-focused explorer PolarX. Now, Frazer, you've just returned from overseeing exploration at your high-grade copper project in Alaska and your new precious metals project in Nevada. So if we begin in Alaska, where you've already got a high-grade 6 million tonne resource, can you outline the developments there?
Yeah, so as you said, we've got 6 million tonnes spread between two deposits. So we have the Caribou Dome, which is a high-grade massive sulfide deposit, which contains about 3 million tonnes at 3% copper. And then Zackley, which is a skarn deposit, which has 3.4 million tonnes at 2 grams per tonne gold and 1.2% copper. The focus of this year's work was at Caribou Dome, and we set ourselves two goals there. The first one was to drill test some new targets that we developed. And those targets had combined grain geophysical anomalies and geochemical anomalies, and they look very similar to the known mineralisation. So we drill tested those. In addition to those, we also drilled 4 holes targeting the known massive sulfide mineralisation. And the reason for doing that was to provide sample for subsequent metallurgical test work that will then feed into a scoping study that we've currently got underway. And that's evaluating a combined operation or potential combined operation between Zackley and Caribou Dome, looking at processing options, how we might be able to combine those and mining options. So a classic sort of scoping study to work out, is what we've already got economic or do we need to find more? So the results have been really good. We've just announced today a new discovery of a new style of mineralisation. So the exploration drilling that we did is actually encountered a new style for us, which is native copper disseminated throughout a series of ancient lava flows. So this is a new one for us, but it's not unknown in North America. And there are, in fact, a number of high-grade mines that were worked in Michigan in the United States through until the 1990s. So it is a known deposit type. It's a new area for us. It has huge upside and something we're obviously keen to further evaluate as we move that project forward.
Well, if we turn now to Nevada, Frazer, and your recently acquired project, where you've recently reported some high-grade rock chip samples of about 500 grams per tonne gold and 1,000 grams per tonne silver, and some large-scale anomalies. You've just been on site. Can you tell me, what are your first impressions and what's planned there for the coming months?
Yeah, well, my first impression was, wow, what a great project. I mean, it's fantastic country. The rocks are cropping out of the ground. As you said, some really high grade, both gold and silver veins from historical workings and still there, but in some cases haven't been mined. So we've got 2 claim blocks there. The southern claim block is 4th of July, and that sits within 10 kilometres of the very large Rochester silver mine, which is a huge bulk mining operation producing about 3.5 million ounces a year. And then our northern claim block, Black Canyon, sits very close to the existing Florida Canyon mine, which is producing 60, 70,000 ounces of gold a year. So we're in known mining territory, both in terms of modern bulk mine, bulk scale mining, but also those historical high grade veins. What we've done is we're the first group that's ever really gone in and done systematic soil sampling, which we completed a few months ago. So, my role in the last few weeks when I was over there was to go and visit all those anomalies and put some context around them. And I think we've been able to do that very successfully. So we've seen that we have areas where we've got widespread both gold and silver anomalism in those soils. They're associated with outcropping veins, and in many cases also areas where there's extensive alteration around the veins. So certainly potential targets for a bulk mining proposition. So we're going back. We've identified 2 key areas in the northern part of Black Canyon where further infill, I think, would help refine our drill targets. We've already got our drill targets defined in the 4th of July claims. So we've got a team going back in a few weeks' time. They'll put a 4-week program in just to infill on those 2 key areas up in Black Canyon. And then we'll have drill targets ready to get in the permitting process and kick that off as soon as we possibly can.
Well, finally, Frazer, if we look a little further ahead, what potential share price catalysts should investors be watching out for?
Yeah, I guess we've got a lot of news flow coming up in the next few months. So we've still obviously got assays to come out of the drill program in Alaska. So firstly, the drill assays from the metallurgical test work, which we know we'll get some really good grades from. Then obviously this new native copper discovery, we're eagerly anticipating those results. I'd expect to have those, the first set sometime later this month, and then the other assay sometime in November. Then we've got the work program that'll kick off in late October in Nevada, and we'll have results from that sometime in late November through to December. That'll obviously then flow into drill targets that we'll be able to announce to the market and get that underway early next year. And then finally, and I mentioned this earlier, we've got a scoping study underway looking at a combined Zackley and Caribou operation, potential operation, I should say. And we expect to have that completed, I think completed internally sometime in January. We need a little bit of time to think that through and understand the outcomes of that, but certainly look forward to announcing those key results to the market, I guess probably just sometime after the Australia Day holiday.
A lot on the horizon. Well, Frazer, thank you very much for the update today.
Always good.